please. Oh, 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 please. Hello, babes. Welcome to another Brown Girl Bella After Dark. I am your hostess with the mostest, Shannon B, otherwise known as Brown Girl Bella. So I know the topic is a little provocative and we'll get into all of that. But first, welcome in. Thank you for coming. Have a seat, grab a snack, grab some water. Also, if you haven't yet done so, give this video a thumbs up because it's about to be on and popping. And also share it out to your friends, to your foes, to all you knows, and let them know Brown Girl Bella is the place to be for luxury beauty, skincare, and so much more. So let's get into the topic at hand. So I know it was a little provocative, and rightly so, because listen, I have been on this space a very, very long time, right? And you don't get to be on this space for so long without understanding a few things, right? And knowing what's going on. And I have been seeing a lot of things lately that's not making me so happy. So here it is. Lately, I've been watching a lot more luxury content creators since that is my niche. I want to try to diversify my audience and really see what else is out there. What are people talking about? And one of the things that I heard in this deep dive that I've been doing is that a lot of people think that Black people, especially in luxury, are posturing, right? We're buying fakes. We're trying to be white. So you know how I feel, babes. If something is on my mind, I'm going to let it out. Hey, TC, thank you for coming. I'm going to let it out. I'm going to share with you my thoughts on this. But, as always, I want to hear your thoughts as well. Let me know what you feel, what you think about this, either in the chat or when this video is over. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you think. But we're going to get right into it because I personally have a lot of thoughts on this. So those who have been on my channel for any length of time know how I got started in the luxury space. I have been a lover of luxury for a long, long time. I love the way, my grandparents decorated their home. I love the way my parents and my grandparents, how they dressed in their fineries to go to work, to go to church, all of that. So I grew up around that. When I was going to school and when I was going to church, I always had a new dress. Easter, always a new dress, a new hat, gloves, a new purse, new shoes. Like everything was brand new. On my mother's side, I was the first and only grandchild. So, of course, my grandmother spoiled me and made sure that I had a lot of the finer, quote unquote, things in life. And then you all know the infamous story about how I was 12 years old and I was driving with my dad, riding actually with my dad. He was driving. I wasn't driving at 12. But we were riding along Fifth Avenue, and I had been begging him for a Chanel lip gloss. And he finally was like, look, here's my card. I'm not going upstairs with you. You got to go and get it yourself. If you can get it, great. If not, stop bugging me and you'll get it another time when I have time to stop and shop. I grabbed that credit card so fast and went to the beauty section, told that lady what I wanted. And when she asked me how I was going to pay, I happily plopped down my father's card and said, charge it, please. And I remember that feeling of power and ownership and gravitas that I felt going into this luxury department. I didn't feel intimidated at all. I felt very comfortable. I felt very at ease. I felt very confident. And I knew what I wanted. And I went up to the counter and I got what I wanted. So fast forward a few years. Here she is on this YouTube space. And we've got enough things going on that hold us back, Black content creators. We don't get as many views as our white counterparts. We don't get as many shares or subscriptions or paid subscriptions as our white counterparts. And so we're already battling that issue. Then combat it with the issue of us being in the luxury space. There are those, none of which who are on my channel, of course, but there are those who feel like we should not be in this space. We should not be in this space. They feel like this is a space for them. This is a space for their purchases, that African American women and men who buy luxury items are living outside of their means. They are posturing for clout and for bragging rights and for whatever. And most of us, when we get these things, since we can't afford it, we immediately go and sell these things on Poshmark or Mercari or whatever the new fancy online selling widget is. And I take issue to that. I take issue to that for a few reasons. One, for me personally, it's not just about luxury makeup or luxury skincare to me. I buy what I like. I buy what makes me personally feel good. I buy things that I know I'm hard on as a consumer. So I tend to purchase those things that are higher end because I know The wear and tear means that I can take it back to the store and get it fixed, or, go through the proper channels to get these things done. Now, I spoke about this a little bit on one of my last shows. I think it was a Bella After Dark. Hey, Lucy, how are you? I see those lipsticks, TC. Thank you. But I like to buy what makes me feel good. And I know there are tons of other content creators out there who feel the same, whether they're white, black, whatever. If you think about your own personal things, there's always something that you like to buy that's a little bit, for lack of a better word, bougie. That's a little bit, luxe. You like to treat yourself. I know people who like to go on luxury vacations. I'm one of them. I like those experiences. I know a lot of people who like to go on cruises. That's also a luxury experience. Hey, BDBGP, what's going on? Brooklyn Bella. You always make me laugh when you say that. So I know, people who like to do that. I love handbags. I love shoes. Again, those are things that I personally like to spend my money on because I know the wear and tear, the use that I'm going to get out of it, all of that counters into the cost. Because if I spend more, then I don't have a problem when something gets torn or broken or what have you. I can take it back to the store at any time and they will repair it or replace it with the same like product. And that goes for a lot of things that I buy, not just shoes and handbags or makeup. It also applies to my jewelry. I love to get fine in jewelry because, again, I know with that jewelry, if something goes wrong, I can take it to the store. I can get it replaced. So this whole notion about, we're trying to be white, we're trying to assimilate, we're trying to posture and be something we're not. There may be some that do this. There may be some that act this way, but you can't paint everyone with the same wide brush. And what I'm hearing is a lot of people kind of painting everyone with the same brush, trying to say, oh, you have all of these bags out on display. Now, personally, I don't put my handbags on display, and there's a reason for it. My reason for not putting my bags on display, because I have this beautiful, I'm gesturing over here to my bookcase over here, which, hang on a second, I'll try to show you really quickly. There we are. So that's my bookcase. And you see at the very, very top, I have some boxes, luxury boxes, some luxury bags, and I have a bunch of my roses that I have dried out. I have my fragrances. I have some Louis Vuitton boxes over there. Lots of things, perfumes, lots of great stuff. All right, we're going to slide over this way. So those are things that I have and that I like. Hey, Jill, comfort zone. I saw you on live earlier today, but I couldn't get on your live because I was trying to fix my thing to go live later, but I'm going to replay you because I like that conversation. I want to check it out. So definitely will go back over there. So that's my things that I like to display. The reason why I don't display my handbags in the same way is that handbags, they can oxidize out here like this. They can also gather smells. So as you all know, I have a puppy. My puppy she doesn't stink. She doesn't smell because, mama washes her. But, she also has hair. So, there could be hair, on it, collect dust, things of that nature. So I keep all of my bags in their dust bags, and they're usually in my closet, and they're usually closed. So my closet is closed, and my handbags are in their dust bags. Because for me, I don't want to display it out in the open and expose it to whatever's here in this room that I can't probably see, smell, or touch. But I want to make sure that they're in the most pristine condition possible. Because let me tell you, Shannon is hard on a bag and a shoe. And I've been that way. So all of my shoes have always been a little bit higher in, because I'm good for scuffing a heel, breaking a heel, scuffing the toe, like you name it, I do it. Because I live in New York. Well, now I live in Connecticut, but I lived in New York for a long time. And when you're on New York streets, and a New Yorker will tell you, when you're on those New York streets, they are hard on your high-end shoes. They're hard because we have cobblestones, we have uneven cement, we have holes in the sidewalk, cracks in the sidewalk, and all of that can wear down the heel of your shoe. It can scuff your shoe getting in and out of cars, and in and out of taxis. All of that can put a wear and tear on your bags and shoes. So yeah, puppy power. Yeah, you know what? But that's me. That's how I feel. So that's my personal reason for making sure that I buy a little bit, higher end stuff, because I know, should that ever happen, hey Tuber Chat, should that ever happen, I know I can take it back to the store. I can take it, to a to the cobbler, if it's beyond something that the department store or the retailer can do, and get everything fixed. Hey, beauty boss Jamie, hello, welcome in. Guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also share a like. But Black YouTubers, really, we get a bum rap. We have still to this day not cracked the ceiling of where our counterparts are with regards to luxury, or with regards to anything. You name the genre that you're in, and I'm telling you, every genre has this issue, whether it's gaming or luxury or beauty or travel. Like, everyone has this issue. So I really want us to think in terms of how we can be more of a resource together than a hindrance to us growing and sharing and getting more and more subscribers for the majority of us, right? One of the biggest reasons I feel that 99% of the creators in this space are struggling is that we don't take the time out to big up other creators, myself included. There are times when, I think about it and I'm like, oh, wow, I really want to do this. I really want to do that. I really want to use this to do XYZ. And I just run out of time, or I'm, in the middle of editing or something like that, and it slips my mind. So while I'm thinking about it, and while this is really top of mind for me, I want to make a pledge to my fellow creators, and even those who aren't creators, who just watch me because they enjoy my content. I want to make sure that we are lifting everyone. Whether you're a content creator or have a small business, or, just, out here doing the good works and trying to make it happen. I want to try to lift you all up and support in any way that I can. I know that I made a conscious effort this year to promote more Black owned cosmetic brands or cosmetic brands that cater to the African diaspora. So I'm really going to be doing that a little bit more. And even in dealing with that and looking up like who is in the space and who's doing great works and who is on my radar, there are so many great content creators and great people who are just shy of cracking that ceiling because they don't have enough people watching, enough people viewing, enough people supporting them and lifting them up and bigging them up. And I know that there are people who do this in a lot of different spaces. Some may have more than me. Some may have smaller subscriber count than I do. But let's level the playing field and make sure that we all big up each other. Hey, Edna's World, how are you? Beauty Boss by Jamie said, I just did my first live for this year. Yes, sis. Yes. Celebrate you, sis. So you know I love luxury beauty. You know I love luxury skincare. And my goal with that is not just to simply push these things on you and make you buy, although if you do buy, that's great. If you do, use my links. Thank you very much in advance. I appreciate it. But my real goal in all of that is to educate you about what is out there for our skin. What things are great for our skin. Some of them are not owned by Black companies. Some are not made by Black companies. But if it works, I'm going to share it. If it does what it needs to do, I'm going to share it. And I don't feel bad about that because, again, there's a plethora of different skincare products, makeup products, shoes, handbags, furs, you name it, clothing, you name it. There's somebody in the space who's doing it well. They're just not known and they're not out there. So it is becoming upon us, right? We owe it to ourselves to talk about these spaces. You know what I'm in the mood for and I am really looking for? I would like to get a really nice cookware set. I want to get a really, really nice cookware set. Now, I've had the Calphalons and the what's the new frying pan that I have? I forgot the name of it, but it's really, really good. And it's non-stick. It's really like very light because that's another thing. Like my hands get really stiff and I can't really hold like a lot of heavy things. So I love the pink and green hearts. Thank you, Beauty Boss by Jamie. So I can't really hold a lot of heavy things. So I'm looking for lightweight cookware. And so I started doing research and I found out that at Target, our girl has a whole line of like cookware and accessories for the kitchen. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know she had all this stuff. And again, because that's not my genre that I talk about, doesn't mean that I'm not interested in it. It just means that it's not something that I'm very knowledgeable about to inform you all of what's out there. And so I want to be able to point people in the direction of people in that space that know that can talk about that. Same with Carnival. When I think of Carnival cruises now, I think of my girl Edna. Edna always goes on these cruises. She always finds really, really good cruises, Edna's World. And she always gives us the lowdown on what's coming out. And there are other people in the space too that do this kind of thing. And so I want to start doing more of that and bringing more people to my platform. I'm available to go to your platform or whoever's. Like, let's build this network together, because I'm sorry, other people are doing this. Other people are putting their counterparts on. And I feel like we're the only niche of like Black YouTubers that don't do that, because we feel like we all have to compete for the same space, for the same eyeballs. But it's not true. Even if you're in beauty, sometimes the nuances that you put forth are not the nuances that I put forth. There are a lot of people, who talk about this in the beauty space that I don't talk about. There are a lot of things that I talk about that other people don't talk about. So there's always some nuances there that would appeal to other people, because we don't create these silos on our own. A lot of us did research before we came onto this YouTube space. A lot of us figured out like what niche we wanted to go into and why, and what expertise we lend to that, so that when we come on here, we talk with a knowledge base that we can share to the masses. And that's really what it's all about. And so my channel has morphed and changed a lot, because I've morphed and changed a lot. My tastes have changed a lot. The things that I'm interested in have changed. And so with that growth and with those changes comes me kind of bringing other things to the forefront. And so I feel like at this stage, I have a lot to offer in beauty and beyond. And so that to me is not trying to be anything but who Shannon is at her core. And that is someone who loves the finer things, who loves to share those things with people. And it's, like I said, not for the sole purpose of you buying it, although it's nice, but for the purpose of educating you about what is out there, what is possible, what is there beyond what your little niche is, right? There are other things that are there. So those are my like 8 cents that I wanted to throw out there. I also know that a lot of YouTubers in this space are leaving because of, not promoting people, and, not feeling like you're getting the subscribers that you could have and your counterparts could have. And I heard a lot of different stories about this coming through these YouTube streets. I've heard people say things to me like, well, when your hair is like straight versus when your hair is natural, you're going to get more people coming to your channel when your hair is straight and less when it's natural. Let me tell you about that. So first things first, I'm gonna wear my hair the way I want to wear my hair. If it's curly, if it's wavy like it is right now, if it's puffed out because it was snowing here and my hair got caught in it. Plus I had a hat on, so it was sweating. Like, there's a lot of things going on. Okay, a lot of things going on with black hair. But one thing I'm not going to be doing is kowtowing down to anybody. So when that person shared their remarks, and I don't know if they were coming from a nice place, a medium place, a not so nice place. I don't know where they was coming from, how they wanted to deliver that to me. But I'm going to tell you how I received it. How I received it was, you're not good enough to just let your hair or let your clothing be what you want it to be. You have to be 10 times, 20 times better than your other counterparts out there if you want to receive those views. Now, I've tested this theory and it's very telling. The days when my hair is straight, bone straight, and I'm wearing something like very dressy or very girly up top, I get a lot of compliments, which is great. I get a lot of compliments, and I do see a lift in my viewers during those times. And then when I am dressed like this in my casual leisure outfits, my hair is a little puffy, I have my headband on, and this is how I'm coming at you all. I don't receive as many. So there may be truth to this. There may be truth to this, but I don't care. The reason why I don't care is because as many in the luxury space that do dress up, that do wear XYZ, that does, have their hair straight or whatever, there are tons of us still who wear their hair natural, who dress very in loungewear or in like Lululemon or like, whatever yoga clothing they want to wear, but they still get views. So is it as much as that you don't care for the look and therefore you switch off, or you don't care for the person, you don't like the person, you don't like what they're saying, you don't like what they're delivering, you don't like how they're delivering it, and you fall off from that channel? I don't know. Could be. But here's my thing. Why should that deter you from a channel that you say you enjoy? Why should that deter you from a channel that you say you want to be interested in? Why do I have to jump over barrels and my counterparts have to jump over barrels in order to receive even a fraction of the subscribership or the viewership that my counterparts do? We could be talking about the same exact topic, and this one would get 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 views, and I get barely 100. And we're talking about the same thing. The only difference is the color of her skin versus the color of mine. We're talking about the same thing. We're saying the exact same thing. We're saying the exact same, you're using the exact same verbiage, everything. The only difference is how her hair looks versus how my hair looks. Only difference is how she delivers it from how I deliver it. And to me, it should not make a difference. I'm going to watch regardless of how you look, how you dress, how you act. Because if I like you, I like you. Okay? If I rock with you, I rock with you. Doesn't matter what. I'm still going to rock with you. I'm still going to be that person that still subscribes and watches and follows your content, because that's just how I am. So my whole thing is there should not be conditions on why you would watch someone versus why you would watch someone else. Content creators who are African American should not have to hear because your hair is crinkly or coily right now, that's why they're not watching you, or because you have on a lounge outfit and she has on a dressy blouse, that's why they're not watching you. Really? Is that why? Is that why? How is that possible? How does that fly for me but doesn't fly for them? Okay? How come when I buy a bag, I'm criticized, I'm judged, I'm asked whether or not that is real, or a fake or a forgery, when someone who has their own thriving business, is a multimillionaire, can get on the same space as we do, tell you their bag is fake, and get 50,000 views, 100,000 views. How, Sway? How is that possible? How is that fair? How is that fair? How is that giving everyone a level playing field? Now, YouTube, for all their shenanigans and all their changing of the algorithm every 2 weeks, it seems like now, I feel like with every change, we get less. With every modification, we get less. And I'm saying a collective we, right? No matter what your genre is, we're still not cracking that ceiling. Now, there are some of us on here that are doing well, that are climbing, that are, reaching levels that they want to. I, after receiving a very sharp decline, am slowly climbing out myself. But again, I feel like I've got to put out triple, quadruple the effort in order to get a baseline of subscribers to my channel or to my content. The basics, the bare minimum. And it's very disheartening. So a lot of Black YouTubers are leaving the space, even those who had hundreds of thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. They're just like, it's not worth it anymore to me. I don't feel like I'm getting the same efficacy out of it, the output that I'm putting out. I'm not getting back the same level or more. If anything, it's still fluctuating, even with the consistent output of content. I'm still not getting back what I think I should at this level of me putting time in. Years I've been doing this, the type of content that I do, the type of care that I take with like lighting and sound and making sure that everything is working properly. I still don't feel like I'm getting that same output from what I'm putting in. And as I'm saying, screen, okay. I was like, wait, do I feel a smudge on my screen? I think I did. Okay, that's better. Hey, Lock Maiden says listening, multitasking. So yeah, so let me know what you all think about this. I'll drop a ladder if someone wants to come up and talk about it. Like, how do you feel? I know there's quite a few content creators here. So if you want to talk about it and talk about your genre and how you're doing, let me know. Come talk to me. I know for me, for the luxury space, it's been a gut punch, because even with that whole controversy, we'll call it that, controversy on the Birkin bag versus the Walmart version of the Birkin bag. And like I said, a lot of people who can readily afford multiples without blinking an eye, multiple Birkin bags, still went out and bought the fakes. But the Black content creator who went out to kind of, do their own comparison, when I see their numbers versus the numbers from counterparts that did the same type of content, it did not match. It was not a one-to-one match. And in fact, the Black content creators were really low compared to the white counterparts. And this doesn't just mean a white versus black thing, because even if you're not white, if you're not black, you did better than those who are black. If you are from another country, you did better than those who are African Americans. Okay, so if you are British American, you did a little bit better than the African Americans. So all that to say, it doesn't really matter the other category. You can say, other instead of white. You can insert anything instead of black. That's the linchpin, because I feel like it's only in this genre of being black on YouTube, that we see such disparity, that we see such a downward shift in where we are versus where other people are. And again, it's a lot of different things that go into this, but what is paramount to me is that we need to level the playing field all the way around. That means, diving more into your content, to your lighting, to your sound, to the offerings you get, to your SEO, to everything, and making sure that you have dotted every I, you have crossed every T, you have done your due diligence, and made this space, made the most out of this space that you can. So when it comes to luxury, because we buy luxury, does that mean we're trying to be something other than we're not? No. Some of us grew up in luxury. Some of us love just the luxury. Some of us just want to see, okay, I earned, this paycheck and I've been saving away and I want to get this because I want it, right? I want it. Maybe it's because you want to flex, whatever. Maybe it's because you just like the brand. Okay. Maybe it's because you like high-end quality things. Whatever your reason is should not matter. Whatever your reasons, your momentum was to go out and get a Louis Vuitton bag or a Chanel handbag or insert whatever thing you love, get it. It should not mean anything to anybody. You should want it because you want it. You should want it because you love it. You should love it because it makes you happy. As long as you're not, delinquent on your bills and have, discretionary funds to do things, other than, getting this back or getting whatever, go do it. Go do it. Go do it. Why should you be denied just because somebody thinks you think you're quote unquote better than someone because you like a high-end whatever? No one should make you feel that way. No one should make you feel like you don't deserve to get whatever it is that you want simply because you want it. No one should make you feel that way. No one should make you feel like you are less than worthy because you got it. Whatever it is. All right, so I'm going to drop down the invite. If you want to come up and talk about your experience, you are more than welcome to do so. And while we're waiting for folks to come up, I'm just going to talk about what's on my face, because I got some new things in PR, and we're going to do another trying new makeup because I did get a lot of stuff, and I want to kind of talk about each of them individually. But since we're on here and I'm waiting for people to maybe come up, I wanted to talk about what I have on my face. So first, let's talk about the eyes. So this is not a new palette to me, but is a palette that I absolutely love. This is by Natasha Denona, and this is the Camel palette. And I love this palette. I've had this palette for a couple of years now. It had sold out and she stopped doing it. So it was discontinued for a while. But then when it came back, I was like, yeah, I got to get this. So I got this. And then she released like these eye creasing palette. And when I looked at it, I was like, it looks like this. It reminds me of this. So without the black, here I have like a chocolate one, but that other one has like a black. But I was like, you know what? Why buy this new palette when this is what I wanted, does more or less the same thing. It gives me a nice curvature into the eye. It, pops. I have this on the lid, so it's really like popping and nice and pretty. I have this as my first transition shade, and then I deepened it up with this shade. And then with this one down here, I just did like the lower lash line and just deepened up a little bit on the outer V. Hi, Nubiology 101. Hello. Thank you for coming over. I think I just subscribed to you earlier today. So nice that you came over and hung out with me. So nice to see you. So yeah, so this is what I like. And then I got in PR the Charlotte Tilbury Pink Gasm. This is a beauty light wand. It's billed as a high blush. And I have it like in the tops of my cheekbone, but I think it kind of wore away because I've had it on since this morning. So I might have worn away. So let me just dot it on the high points of my cheeks. And again, it's like her other Gasm blush ones where you click it, it clicks on, and then you just tap it in. And so it's very light, but I love like how it gives you a nice soft glow to the skin. And again, you can pile it on if you want, but because it's late at night, I'm just going to take this off. I just wanted to show you like how it looks. Picks up the light so nicely. So for those days when you just want a light makeup application, this is going to be really, really nice. And I didn't put any blush on because I felt like I really didn't need it with this Glowgasm wand, because you can put it like all here, all over your cheeks, and then blend it all the way up into the temples for a multi-glow skin effect. But I just kept it to the upper parts. And then keeping with Charlotte Tilbury, I did dip back into an oldie but goodie. This is her airbrush bronzer, and this is in the shade 3. Again, a little faded, but you can see where I had bronzed up the skin and warmed it up a little bit. And then for foundation, I used the Trini London. You guys saw this a couple of weeks ago. This is something new that I got from the brand in PR. So we had that on. And then the Beauty Counter concealer is what I've been using underneath my eyes. So it's been working. It's been working. It's been concealing the dark spots. But I've also been doing something new in my beauty routine that I will be sharing with you soon because I am recording it. And it's a challenge. So I'm going to check in, do the first one, and then I'm going to check in 15 days from now to do like a midway. And then I'm going to do a 30-day final check-in. So I'm excited for you all to see that. Hopefully I'll have it cut by this afternoon, tomorrow afternoon. If not, it'll be on for the weekend. So that is what I have on. And then for lashes, I'm still using the highly rated by Milani. I'm telling you, best drugstore extension mascara that I have seen in a long time. You know, babes, I love me a mascara, and I have tried a lot of them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be trying a new one this weekend as well, and trying new makeup because I got a new mascara in PR as well. So not going to tip my hat there and show you everything. And then I do have that makeup spray that if you watch Sunday Sips, you know what it is and who it's by. But in case you didn't see Sunday Sips, watch my video tomorrow because I will be releasing what it is. And you're going to love it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's in my favorite packaging. So you all know I love it. But more than that, it works. It works so well. So I'm super excited to finally let the cat out of the bag. I kind of let it out on Sunday, but tomorrow is the day that I put it through its paces. We did a wear test. We did all the good things. So you will see that tomorrow. Nobody wants to come up. I threw down the gauntlet. In case you wanted to come up, let me pin it. Let's see. Where did I put? Oh, here it is. So let me pin it at the top so that if you want to come, you can see it at the top of the chat. All right, so that was kind of my soapbox speech for this evening. I really needed to get that off my chest because I felt like for other YouTubers in this space like me, I feel like once again we're being slapped down. Like you don't deserve this. You don't need to be in this luxury space. You shouldn't be in this luxury space. What are you trying to do in this? Like we can't love luxury. And it feels wrong to me. It feels like another slight. And I don't want that. I don't want that for me. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for anybody. Whether you're purple, green, blue, whatever, we shouldn't have to hide what we like, keep that to myself, because there might be others out there that don't want us to talk about it. And I get it. Some people, right now is a bad time for luxury. We're going through some really heavy stuff when it comes to like inflation and job security and all of that. So consider this like your little escapism from dealing with everyday humdrum, real heavy stuff of life. It's just a little slice of like, I want to luxuriate in just fantasizing about this nice perfume or this nice shoe or this nice bag or whatever it is that I choose to share or others choose to share with you. Just indulge for a minute in just the fantasy, the beautifulness that is these items, right? Because, who doesn't want a little piece of a luxury thing on their vanity or on their bathroom counter or wherever you store your makeup? Just that little piece of luxe, right? That little lipstick that you've always loved. As a 12-year-old girl, I loved the Chanel lip glosses. And my mother and my grandmother, they would let me wear it if it was sheer and pink. I could wear sheer and pink. I couldn't wear anything like bold, like a berry, or dare I say it, a red. Ugh, can't do that. It has to be sheer or sheer pink. And so the first one that I had, I think it was called Ballerina. I could be making that up, but I think it was called Ballerina, the lip gloss that I had. But, since then, I've had lots of others by Chanel. And I couldn't leave you all without talking about some of my Chanel lip gloss favorites. So there are about 4 that I keep in heavy rotation now. And since I'm older and, mature, seasoned, and I buy, my Chanel with my own money, no need for daddy, I got some color. So this kind of replaced my sheer and pink. This is like a berry-ish wine, but it has a beautiful, like, pearlescent finish to it. So pretty. So pretty. And then this one is my 716. And I believe this one is my caramel. I think this is my caramel, which is like a my skin color, but better on my lips. It's like a pinky brown color. And then this one is the 722. Oh, this might be the caramel. No. One of them is. But anyway, yeah, I think this one is. This is the caramel here. And this one is like a pinky beige color. So this is the caramel here, which is really beautiful. Again, it has a little bit of pearlescent in it. Not as much as the first one that I swatched up here, but beautiful on the lips. And I use this year round. Doesn't matter what season it is, I use it. And then this one is like my gold, beautiful gloss for like evening, just a little bit of shimmer, cocoa glosses. So those are like the ones that I keep in heavy rotation. I have lipsticks, of course, but like when it comes to lip glosses for Chanel, it's either one of these. And I keep rotating them every year. And when they run out, I get the same. I get the same ones again, because they usually do a set of them around the holiday season, and that's when I like to replenish. So I just got these last year, so they'll last me until next year. So those are my glosses that I keep in rotation. Now, I do love still the pink, but the reason why I don't have it now is because I started getting a lot of the Dior ones, and I love the Dior lip glosses, the lip oils, their new versions of the lip balm, which is one of them I have on right now. This is one that I got in PR from Dior. This is called Soul Orange. And right now it's only available on the Dior website, but this new formula is so creamy. And I love that it gives us much more pigmentation than the original version. And they have this other color that I really want. It's sold out right now, but when it comes back, that's the other one I want. That's the other one that I'm getting. So I'm going to be sharing those luxury loves or like luxury wish lists with you on Sunday when we do Sunday sips. I'll share that with you. I guess nobody wants to come up. That's okay. Thank you all for coming out and hanging out with me. I really enjoyed this conversation, and I want to hear from you. So let me know in the comment section what you feel about luxury, about Blacks in luxury, about the whole genre of YouTube and Black YouTubers. I want you guys to really sound off on this in the comment section below. And until I see you all again, you have just been bellified. Take care, babes, and I'll see you back here soon. Bye.